heat in the place. Go back. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome the Douglas, the one and only Anil Roberts, Senator Anil Roberts.
We coming with facts, cut them down like axe.
UNC family, you know how you recognize the devil? The devil don't like children. The devil will starve children. The devil will leave children in homes with pedophiles raping and beating them and don't care for 8 months. The devil will take education from children. The devil will leave children out for others to kill them, batter them, rape them, and beat them. The devil will cut gates so you cannot get tertiary education. The devil will even take food off of children's tables. The devil will take baby milk out of babies' mouths. I put it to you that Keith Christopher Rowley is the flipping devil and we must pull him down. We must pull him down from there. The PNM is so predictable. Today I take a little, I don't know how to take a selfie, so I kind of do a selfie, one of my first. And it come out good, and they see chair with gold. Lisa Parry fix up the place nice because UNC is gold medal. We don't say we're number 1 in the world, but we dead last. We's really golden. And when I take the picture, I post it, and I know what them PNM would have say, and they jump out because they see fancy chair and they see other kind of chair. So the PNM take the basket and set a ball. Robert, look at all your only high class, all you like rich people, look separation in all your chair. PNM, look the activists them on the stage sitting down here because it's the people. Because Kamala Prasad Bisasa does not play games. She don't pretend to kiss baby. She don't go in funeral to take picture. She don't go to church when the police looking for you at special branch because you deposit $4.4 million. You can't explain it and you start to get the spirit and you look like a devil getting his foot burned in the church. Kamala love people. And so Kamala's people love people. And that's what the UNC is. So the devil, the one thing the devil afraid. The devil afraid love. Kamala is love. Rowley afraid Kamala. Rowley keep Kamala name out your mouth, you bald-headed miscreant. Because if you come for Kamala, you had to pass through all of we. We must learn from our people. They say the Douglas. Why they say the Douglas? Because the Douglas had no race. It don't matter what. The Douglas just watch you. If you say good morning, well, good morning. If you say good job, good job. If you work hard, you work hard. The Douglas don't see hair, don't see weave, don't see eyelash, don't see lipstick, don't see nail polish, don't see nothing. Douglas just see what is good and what is bad. That's how our politics should be. Because they try to divide us. But look at St. Joseph today. I see black, I see African, I see Indian, I see Douglas, I see Syrian, I see Chinese, I see Portuguese, I see religion, I see Muslim, I see Hindu, I see Christian, I see Orisha, I see people of Trinidad and Tobago united against evil. And we sit here on hallowed ground in Aranguez. Aranguez is from the seeds of struggle and sacrifice. It has moved from that to the blooms of patrimony and progress. For me, it is always humbling to come to Aranguez. This community exposes some fundamental values that, if embraced nationally, will make this country of ours as much a better place for all. I have been spending some time in Aranguez recently touching base with the people. Let me tell you some things that really moved me to my core about this place in Aranguez that we could learn from here and disseminate across Trinidad and Tobago. Aranguez shows how real sacrifice and dedication of families are truly the foundation for the next generation and the future. Aranguez shows that with this foundation, in just 2 generations, and I'm going to repeat that, in just 2 generations, one can proudly move from the humblest of beginnings to the modest and comfort and financial security. That's the dream of Kamla Prasad Bisesa for all her citizens. Her citizens must not be stuck on CPEP for 20 years. Her citizens must have education. So if mama is on CPEP, the son is a neurosurgeon. If mama is working hard, working 3 jobs, the son is a senior counsel, or the daughter is a doctor, or the doctor is a pilot. And that is the dream and the vision of Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And that is what has taken place here in Aranguez in 2 generations. Aranguez shows that one can move from being purely a farming community to being a self-sufficient community, where you can find everything and anything you need, from supermarkets, bars, restaurants, to retail stores and electricals, to pharmacies and medical services, and to do so without losing the connection to the importance of agriculture in feeding oneself. I walk down the Aranguez main road, and I see vegetable stall after vegetable stall with the freshest of food, as if I am on a street food tour, tourism tour in a different country, a country that respects agriculture, respects people, and respects our food. It came from years of hard work. These things did not happen just so, Senator Obika. They didn't happen just so. It came from years of hard work and sacrifice of the great-grandfathers and mothers of the area, who laid the groundwork and value system in the early years. And if that is Indian people, well, all my people must learn from that, and we must move forward and learn and live, and everybody lift up, but not with Rowley. All the food must eat upstairs in air condition, in rental. The food mustn't go downstairs. All you must stay hungry. That is an evil man. There are few people in this community who have been pioneers in their own right. Here in Aranguez, we have old man Fazal, who came on the Mercy ship with his parents straight from India. They started off their journey into Waterloo cane fields and then moved to Aranguez. Old man Fazal lived a long, fulfilling life and died when he was 106 years old. Then there's Uncle Ken, who amongst a few others had the vision to start a garden shop to help support and service the farmers in the community. Ken's garden shop was a household name, not only amongst the farmers in Aranguez, but in Farm Road, Curep, and up in the hills of St. Joseph. It was even a household name for the researchers at the time in Kariri. Ramutal's Hardware on Eastern Main Road, also initially hailing from Aranguez. Also, we cannot forget Tilak Mother and the other older tanties in the area who helped so many children and families when they needed a Nara rub or Jarin. The food and coconut vendors in the area and many, many farmers and families who made it possible for us to be here today. Not to mention the iconic Aranguez Savannah, where David Naked, one of the greatest players in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, learned his craft. It's a melting pot of cultures and people, sport and dance, music, education. This is why Kamla Prasad Bisesa invests in culture and sport for the people. But Aranguez is suffering under the PNM. The people of Aranguez are wading in the morass of ineptitude and inequity, criminal activity, neglect. The arable lands of the farmers are suffering flooding because of poor drainage. Maintenance of all the facilities and roads infrastructure is terrible. If you look away for a second, you bust your tire and your rim in one. The erosion of the values of our people is occurring daily, as our children cannot even go to school without carrying a knife. It is incumbent upon each and every one of us, including a UNC government, to deal with these problems and to build on the foundation that the grandfathers and grandmothers of Aranguez laid down. So from Aranguez shall come the government of the UNC. From Aranguez, St. Joseph will go UNC. From St. Joseph, Kamla Prasad Bisasa will become the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and the country will breathe a sigh of relief as we say, come down, you devil, come down. I end by saying, one of my weaknesses is that I can't talk about myself. But one of my strengths is I'm a team player. So I call upon one of my teammates, my senatorial brother, to talk a little bit about the partner. I bring to the microphone Senator Damian Lyda.
Well, Anil Roberts set me up again. I ain't write no speech. But good night to St. Joseph and the St. Joseph constituency. Let me hear some noise. St. Joseph, I don't think the boss lady Kamla Prasad Bisesa heard you scream. Let me hear you say, scream for UNC tonight. Brothers and sisters of St. Joseph, how good and how pleasant it is to be with my UNC family in this soon-to-be UNC constituency of St. Joseph. And what an honor and a privilege it is to be called up by my brother, my senatorial colleague, my best friend, my family, the Dogla, and the next member of parliament for St. Joseph, Anil, the Dogla Roberts. Let me hear you sing. Let me tell you something about Anil Roberts. This is one of the hardest working members of this party, hardest working citizens in this country that I have seen. This man, every single week on Dogla Politics, twice a week on the radio, talking about this nasty, wicked Rowley administration. Walking the streets of St. Joseph and right here in Aranguez, walking the streets and touching the hands. When is the last time you see the Alsing in the streets? When is the last time? When is the last time the Alsing stopped by the side of the road to shed a tear for you? When is the last time? But this is one of the hardest working men I know. And he was the best minister of sport ever launched by Kamla Prasad Bisesa in this country. I heard my brother Senator Naked talk about the aquatic center. I hear him talk about the cycling velodrome. I didn't hear him talk about the tennis center. And I did not hear him talk when Anil Roberts, as the Minister of Sport, gave this country 83 sporting grounds to the length and breadth of this country. And when the People's National Movement observed and delivered geographic discrimination upon this nation, he left the PNM left many of those sporting grounds dark in darkness. I'll get into you now, my brother. I see you in the crowd. They left it in darkness. And I saw a father hold his son and cry in the darkness of the night in a sporting ground and look up to the sky and say, God, send us some light for these grounds. And you know what God did? God sent the country Anil Roberts as the Minister of Sport, and he said, let there be light. That is what he said. And there was light. So brothers and sisters,
As I close here with you all today, and I hand over to my brother, when I look through the constituency of St. Joseph and see the neglect and wanton waste of money in this constituency, coming through here tonight and dropping in every pothole, if it had one more pothole, the road would have been smooth. But I'll tell you something. When this country has to go back to the polls, this melting pot called St. Joseph, I heard my brother talk about Islam. I know there are Hindus, brothers and sisters inside of this country. When they do it, and I see my brothers from the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation come all the way to St. Joseph to support Anil Roberts. Big up. And when the time comes, let me not forget, this is a constituency with Catholics in it too. So on behalf of the Catholic community, I will say this. When the time comes, just as Daniel walked in the lion's den, come all ahead the scripture, just as Samson conquered the Philistines with a donkey jawbone, so will Kamala Prasad Bisesa, supported by Anil Roberts, rescue St. Joseph and bring it back to its glory. I thank you.
Now, I feel all your crystal ball, because this meeting here look like it have election. So me know, if all you know, the election coming, but I feel the Yankee go have something to do with that. Rowley, did they interview you in the USA? Rowley, did they ask you questions? Rowley, do you like the color orange? Rowley, now, all your old Lord, PCY 9257, please move quickly. Somebody would like to get out. PE